Told him I ain't selling it for nothing less than lavish.
No, come on, man.
Draco made a hit with this one.
Yeah, and Jazzy had no chill with this hun floating. I'm hoping there's no breaks in this run potent. I'm chosen, this is not a diss song. What's up, family? How y'all doing? Welcome back. For the people that are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Kayla, but I go by Jazzy. You feels me? Hey. To the people that's been watching my videos, I truly appreciate y'all. I call y'all family because I assume that when you come on my site, or at least on my page, you're in an understanding of my vibration and we are aligned to a certain extent. Even if it's just a small amount of people, I'm so grateful for the people that I align to because I recognize that I'm not for everyone. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having my own lane and having my particular people that can tune in. So if you're one of them, welcome. Stay as long as you want. This video is kind of a critique, because I get a lot of people not necessarily challenging, but coming with an alternative motive or a different aspect or perspective. So their intentions aren't always clear. I want to assume that everybody comes from a good base, but I will say that I have my own point of view from my own experience. And just speaking on that, we'll get more into the details, but it's overall on a basis of what a chosen one or an enlightened one shall be. Okay, for starters, there's so many forms of religion, there's so many forms of spirituality or just deeper understanding or understanding or whatever you want to call it. There's so many lanes for that, and there's always been for as long as time can permit. I will say that the timing in the past, the Piscean age that we're coming out of now, I would say that it allowed things to be more shadowed or masked. So now that we're coming into the age of Aquarius, where it's a lot more different, it's a lot more in your face, it's a lot more unpredictable, it's a lot more unexpected, it's a lot more raw, but it's a lot more, like I said, in your face, and for people to see to a certain extent and remember and kind of like put their own stamp and however they want to look, like being individualistic or following a brand or a construct of things. So for example, you have religious people and you have spiritual people. Some of our, like for me, being a religious person in my past life and Christian, I've dabbled in so many forms of religion, but to have experienced that and then also tap more into the spirituality that is more in depth, more not connected to somebody else's construct, but allowing what is around you to be understood through you and allowing yourself to be the cultivator of however that should be. That is, it's a lane for that now. So I wanted to bring that up because I saw multiple videos of this guy who has thousands of views, y'all. Thousands. Y'all hear me? Thousands. And it seems that he posts videos every day. That's why I was like, I have to talk about this, because when you post videos every day, it's very easy for someone to find a flaw. It's very easy for someone to see, oh yeah, you said this, but what does that mean? You know, and just something as simple as him saying, oh, narcissists are demonic energies or demonic entities, and like you're being portrayed as a demonic person in one video, and that's the reason why narcissists carry this insight. They might be children of the devil. And then in another one to say, okay, but you attract everyone that you are. So when you're attracting a narcissist, it says something about who you are. So there's a video saying that, okay, if you're a powerful, enlightened person, you may attract narcissists. But then another video is saying, okay, but whatever you attract is a pure representation of what you are. Things like that get so tricky. And that's why when I talk and when I express things, I keep it down to earth, because when you're going too deep with things, you will always lose. You will always be lost in the details of things. So overall, I wanted to break that down. For example, we could talk about narcissism, but any trait, any type of thing of trying to distinguish between you or somebody else, we have to first understand what realm we're in. We're in a yin and yang realm. So it's necessary for dark energies. It's necessary for light energies. But it's so powerful when you look at that symbolism for it to be connected. People can have so many different realities. Like I said, some people believe religiously that God is also the devil. Some people believe that God is so many different sources, you know, and just the epitome of what God is so many sources. But when we're understanding exactly what we see, practically. Sometimes you don't only base off of what you see, but if you're going to base off of what you just see, it's easy to tell that there's a blend of negative and also positive. In this time and age, it's actually a thing for negative to be more in. And that is even for a reason. Who is controlling that? Because there's also positive. Like, I gave food to a homeless person today, but if I didn't say that, y'all wouldn't know. And all these things that go unshown in regards to the positivity that is in this earth, because they're painting a picture of negativity or the lower vibrational or the shadow side becoming more relevant and coming more into the front surface, the mask coming off. So now you usually see just what they want you to see, and now however they want to put that out there, if they want to make it seem like, yeah, this world is fucked up or we in an ending world, it's very easy to do that, especially with social media and however you want to perceive. But me being a Sagittarius with a lot of Aquarius, a lot of Scorpionic energy, a lot of deep insight, a lot of understanding just from my, like, seeing things, like going to churches, going to religious events, going to having friends that are, atheists. I don't care what you believe in. I want to see why you believe in it. Explain it to me. Because ain't nobody finna try to make me feel like you a demon, and that is no reason and why we attracted each other. Because I know I'm not a demon. Have I played out lower vibrational energies? Absolutely. I learned so much through those vibrations. And even now, people could say I'm actively living in a demonic vibration just because of the fact that I'm in a same-sex relationship. But truth be told, somebody like me would rather explore it than try to assume or go off of justifications of what somebody else thought and put that in my own logic for my present time and try to mold that into my life when I know exactly what folds. So just to keep it frank, this same-sex relationship has been my best relationship ever. And I don't believe it's because it's a same-sex relationship. I believe it's because God allowed me to see someone that's gonna, like the guy said, gonna reflect what I give. And it's so beautiful because I can see the pure and I can see the flaws. I can see the arguments and I can see the blessings. I can see the good days and the bad days in that person, and I can see it genuinely. Not being afraid to show those negative things is the easiest way for me to see if you're a true chosen one, you're a true earth angel, or if you're really just out there trying to preach. There's a lot of preachers out here. If you preaching just because you can have self-control, or if you preaching because of the fact that you read enough or that you studied enough, but internally there's a disconnect that if you didn't have that book or if you didn't have that knowledge from an outer source, you would not have had that base of knowledge, then that's different. Because even before I was in tune, when I was in middle school, before I knew about spirituality, before people was talking about spirituality, I knew consciousness. I just didn't understand it. I was seeing angel numbers. I just didn't understand it. I was peeping what people was thinking as a child in middle school, peeping that somebody was phony, peeping that somebody was fake. And even my friends, you could look for them. One thing about me is I'm going to be posting videos every day, and what it's going to do is going to help you understand me more, because I don't say nothing but my own experience. I don't say nothing but what I know from experience and things that I know has worked for me, or things that I know has failed for me, things that I've grown from. So keeping that in mind, anybody from the past could say, oh yeah, Kayla told me, oh yeah, I remember Kayla done told me something about her, and now I see. I was been on that. Now God has developed me and put me in situations and took me through the threshold and allowed me to see pain, allowed me to see negativity, allowed me to see, boy, I be on that taboo shit. I be seeing all the downfalls of people's life. I see the true rawness. I don't care how perfect you, I done seen prophets, pedophiles, okay? And I could look at you in your face and could have tell something was wrong with you, even when you preaching up in the church. And everybody say, yeah, you're preaching a word. That word could have been for anybody. That word is not sourced from him. My word is sourced from me, used with the assistance of God and my angels, making sure that I'm transparent about what I need to perceive. And I'm seeing things and I'm connecting things, and it makes sense in my head. So regardless of if I have to see that on YouTube and somebody telling me something, or I don't need that validation. A lot of times that's all it is just validation, because I knew it, and then God gives the confirmation that, yeah, things are correct. That's the real reason why I use these cards. A lot of these people trying to tell you how to live, very clearly I can see that they don't have their shit right, because they're signs. They're signs and deeper than just wisdom. Because some people could correct what I say or my terminologies and stuff, but nobody can doubt the fact that my signs, my locks, they ain't perfect, but that's a symbol right there. My teeth, you know, This is natural. Literally just fresh out the shower, probably put a little oil on my face and that's it. Naturally, my roots. Barely oiled it. You know, on some real stuff. It's a reason why I look like this. It's some people online and people glorify them and like, oh yeah, they know what they're talking about. But literally, no matter how clean they are, when you look in their eyes, you can tell, nah. Anybody that's on that for real, all we have to do is look in your eyes. I don't care how much you try to preach that to me. If you don't spark a spring in my chest, you cannot tell me about what's godly or what's not godly. And that's what I love most about this time. You're going to see a lot of people coming with some true ass shit in an unpredictable way. They'll be dressed up in a gift basket that you never even thought that person could change your life. And people are so caught on just the aspects of wisdom or how it should look, when it's deeper than just a physical thing now. It's an energetic thing. You know, so yes, I have long locks, and yes, you could look in my eyes and see that my soul has been through experiences. You could also see in just the way that I communicate and the tone and just the way that I communicate and say certain things that I'm not sourced from a hating place. I'm not ever trying to make nobody feel like they're coming into this world and doing something wrong. Even if you a serial killer, everybody get what is deserving of them. I don't want to see nobody out there getting killed, but people are going to get killed. That is part of the matrix. I don't want to see nobody getting hurt, but people are going to get hurt. That is part of the matrix. I hurt a lot of people, and through that, I learned so much. Through that, I've been hurt myself. If I didn't hurt other people, I wouldn't even know exactly how to receive the hurt that I got. It's so many things. I get tired of people trying to tell you not to be human. You come down here to experience. Fuck up. Please fuck up. Don't do things that you know is not going to be positive or something that's dumb. That don't mean stupid. Wisdom is the best wealth. Doing things and exploring yourself is the best way to get out of this paradigm. And if people like to say that they in hell, or people like to say that this world is fucked, the best way to get out of that is to explore yourself, true, but also explore the world. Explore what your body is telling you. Even if you feel like it's not necessarily best for you, sometimes that wrong move be exactly the catapult needed for you to go where you need to go. And God is sitting there like, so you gonna be scared? You know what I'm saying? God, shit. Jesus, or how people want to, anybody you want to look at as a human, anybody that came in as a human being, even Jesus Christ, that people glorify and get on their knees and say, please forgive me, please forgive me. He had moments where he had to ask for forgiveness as well. God allowed that. It was nothing wrong with if Jesus wanted to go over there and get a little prostitute or whatever the case may be. They don't talk about that type of stuff. It was nothing wrong with Jesus thought it was cool to hang around people that was actually betraying them, but he was cool with them even through seeing it. He allowed it to play out. Even through being insightful, you allow people to put you through circumstances because you know God is allowing you to be in that circumstance with them off jump. If you really protected, you could walk through that fire. If you really protected, you could be in that lion's den. I know. And you untouched. If you ain't living, if you ain't doing that, and you sitting there trying to tell people how to live, but you ain't really living, stop doing that. Because you're gonna get a lot of views, you're gonna get a lot of people telling you, but that's gonna be your own default, because at the end of the day, people gonna be able to see. And that video kind of made me feel away, because that takes away from people like me. I come in a representation of a very inspirational, motivational. I see my energy come and bring people's soul back alive. I see my energy come and be that reassurance to give that person confidence. It's a little job, but without just that, some people would not have any inspiration to even live. I have more people that I can count on one hand that they say that things that I've instilled in them is the reason why they actually are motivated to live. And I don't have to do that with questioning what they chose to do. I'm never going to tell you, oh, fast or meditate. Or meditation is not just sitting like this. My life is a form of meditative state. It's a meditative trance at this point. You know what I'm saying? And I very seldom sit down and go like this. I will do it, and when I do it, sometimes it's very spiritual, because I feel like I completely disconnect from my body. But as a human and being in this vessel, being very present of it, meditation is a state. You know, but some people would say, oh no. You know, the book and the terminology of what this is that. No, it's not that, y'all. So I just wanted to say that. And I'm very confident in the fact that there's a lot of people out there trying to tell people what's right. There's no right or wrong way. The wrong way is trying to make someone unnatural in their urges or unnatural in the things that transpire within them. We're here to be sinners. That's why, you know, even babies are marked with the sin of death. It's a reason God wants you to explore things. Does that mean God wants you to hurt people? No, you know what's right, you know what's wrong. But if you're doing something and you enjoy it, who is going to tell you that it's wrong? Even if you lose your life doing that, that was your life and you are a representation. I might watch your documentary. I might watch what went wrong with you and learn from you. So yeah, play your role. You know what I'm saying? Everybody play their role. I ain't trying to question nobody, but there's a lot of people out there trying to tell people what's the right way and what's the wrong thing. And look, time to cross the threshold. Time to keep that shit real. Time to keep that shit 100. This is going to be the card for today. Because I think I said threshold today. But I don't even, you know, sometimes I say things and not saying I don't know, but I don't remember exactly in what terminology I said it. But I know principle-wise, to pull this is to take it to the next level. It's deeper than whatever people try to tell you a construct should be. They don't know your life. A real tarot reader would tell you that. I don't know your life because these people be out here talking and people fucking up their relationships off of what people are saying out here, y'all. You have to know what's right for you. Don't let nobody check you and tell you anything that they literally don't know. They doing it for views. You see these people, they be on. As soon as they wake up, they have to make a video, ain't even eat. They ain't even clean their house. They ain't even wash their hair. They ain't even brush their teeth. And they trying to tell you how to live your life, talking about some fast and detox and no masturbation, no sexual energy. Sexual energy is the most purest form of manifestation. Tapping into your sexual energy will make you a fucking millionaire, billionaire. I'm not there yet because I'm still tapping into that. But I'd be damned if somebody tell me I have to wait till marriage to do that, because what is marriage? Marriage is sex. Who said marriage had to be going to court and we had to go walk down the aisle and do all that other stuff and go talk to people that be cheating on their own wife and they're going to tell you, you may now kiss the bride. Not saying that happens all the time, but who's going to qualify that? That's another stem of the matrix. Just like people want to be religious and say, oh yeah, this is what it says in the Bible. Who created that Bible? And why was it created, to be honest? Why did they give that Bible and create that Bible and give it to Africans and it was so well known? Even to now, years later, there's so many verses of it. There's a reason why it's being presented. Not saying it's not truth. It's truth in everything. But you have to remember where it's sourced from. Especially our black people. They gave it to us for a reason because we already had the answers inside. A lot of that stuff that they talking about, symbolism, I don't have to study it to know. I knew it already that it was based from shit that we created because I have the understanding of it already in my code, in my DNA. So nobody can't tell me shit that I already don't know. Even if I didn't know it. As soon as I rest, I'm like, yeah, I understand. Energetically, that makes sense. But I understand why you would say keep in this way or to stay in this way and don't disobey or continue to be in this way when logically I have a mind that's meant to be used. You know, people want to say, oh, this Eve ate the apple of wisdom and that's why we had to die. But considering the circumstances, you sure it wasn't planned like that from the jump? I'm just saying. Because people like to say the snake is such a bad thing, but some people look at snakes like they wisdom and they pure and they like important. You know, you can even see that snake on a lot of hospital symbolisms where that's supposed to be life. So, you know what I'm saying? It's so many things that don't make sense. And that's why I say fuck all that shit. What makes sense to you is what you need to do in your life. And we crossing that threshold. Listen, it's a new age. Earth angels, we out here. We ain't tolerating all them other people talking about, oh, you can't smoke, you can't drink. Listen, if you want to mess up your internals, your body, no matter how pure you is, you still gonna die. Still gonna be in the dirt with those people that was living their life and exploring different realms of reality. Do that, because when you die, you're gonna be more easier to transcend. You're gonna be able to really flow and understand. Like sometimes I be in trance where I'm like, damn, if I were to die right now, I wouldn't even be scared, because I already explore different dynamics of reality. So I won't be so shocked if I expand outside of my body. I do that when I close my eyes and go like this for long enough. Now, why not? There's a lot of people fucked up and they die and they come back down here and they get more stupider. They end up as dogs because they scared to explore life as a human and take in all the possibilities and the power that it is to be able to express yourself. Bro, I'm tired of that shit, dog. Y'all not stop being out here acting like y'all prophets. Y'all not speaking no real truth. Y'all go to people and y'all judging people before y'all even see that these people is reflecting you. Stop that. You human. We human. That's one thing I always have to remember. No matter how pure and how positive I try to be, I'm always going to remember that I'm a human and be grateful for that, because 9 times out of 10, that keep you here longer. You be saying you want to live and be healthy and be pure. Sometimes you be evoluting so much that you don't want to be a human. You want to be a spiritual entity. You want to be a spiritual being. You know, and we all spiritual beings before we get to our body. But if you want to be a spiritual being, what do you need your body for? What are you using? What are you using it for? Trying to have it as pure as you can have it, but you still smelling toxins from the air because you in America? Please cut it out. You're in front of a camera all day. Please cut it out, because real earth angels will check your motherfucking ass energetically. You just got to look at you right there and let you know you ain't real. But we ain't checking nobody. We ain't trying to cut. You know what I'm saying? I just saw a video and I'm like, bro, thousands of people watching you. I already knew from just the fact that thousands of people watching this person that he sold out in some way. His soul has to be sold out for that much people to be allured to him. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to have a lot of people watching me, or not saying that I don't have a big mass of people to be watching me, but everyone that watch me will align to what I'm saying. If not, they will not be watching me. I don't have room for people that's unaligned to really be participating in the energies that I'm in. And that's okay with me. I don't want people that's unaligned still feeling like they could gain from what I'm offering. It's not your job to be gaining from what I offer. It's for the people that are aligned to me, and that's it. If that's 1 million people, we out here. If it's 10, listen, I don't do it for validation or for the money or for nothing. I do it when I feel called, and when I am called to do it, I do the damn thing, period. Keep that shit 100. And that's why my videos from when I was 16, 15, the energy is still the same. If nothing else, I'm getting more comfortable with expressing this spiritual game and expressing how deep this shit go, because a lot of people out here speaking fake ass fucking shit. You fake. You can't even talk on your videos the real way. Who are you? Listen, time to cross the threshold. A threshold appears, bringing an ending so complete that it is no longer possible to return to what has been. The light of the stars is your faithful guide into this new world. As you trust in your divine connection, the constructive forms shall reshape themselves into relevant, helpful, and beautiful new ways of living, thriving and expressing your true self. Trust in your strangest ideas, in which is different, inspired, or unconditional. I'll say, trust in your strangest ideas, in that which is different, inspired, or unconventional. This crossing is healing and furthers the activation of your divine potential. Listen, y'all, hey, we on 22 minutes. Pretty much what I took this card at, and it flew. This is the only card that flew out by itself. Yeah, I know I've been having a lot of cards flip out all together. It's been all over the place. But what's not questionable is the fact that the clarity will always come to light. And even as I'm reading this, it says, as you trust in your divine connection, deconstructive forms shall reshape themselves into relevant, helpful, and beautiful new ways of living, thriving and expressing your true self. We breaking down them realms, breaking down them molds of just abiding by rules. We ain't doing no 1, 2, 3, bitch. This is limitless. Being a human and spiritual being and being tapped in, being led by God for real is limitless. And you don't have to be positive. A lot of God angels be homeless. That's what y'all don't know, bro. That's what y'all don't know. Y'all like to judge them because of the experiences that they've been through, but they real life earth angels, to the point where if you did something for somebody, I've seen it. I've done something for somebody that ain't shit, and less than an hour ain't shit, and less than an hour later, I'm getting blessings. I'm getting hella opportunities. multiple times. And I know it's because of my genuine heart to help, not just to help, but helping that person. God said, okay, we got you. Oh, you didn't ignore this person? Oh, you see them? Oh, you ain't judging them because of what the experiences that I made them go through so that they could be able to have a testimony? Oh, okay, I fuck with you. Listen, it could be unconventional. It say the crossing is healing and furthers the activation of divine potential. Listen, because we out here, I don't want you to be perfect. Everything about you is okay. I don't care if you're strung out on drugs, man. You still got life. That is powerful. That's all you need. What are you gonna do with your life? How are you gonna represent yourself? I see bums on the street and all they do is a little dance. That's your dance? Get that shit on video. That's your dance? Get that shit on video. Listen, I might be watching your shit. Millions of people might be watching your shit. That's age of Aquarius. It don't have to look a certain type of way. We don't have to put on no mask and try to present it in a constructive way. Positive is raw. Positive is when people could grow from. And that's it. That's all I gotta say. I'll see y'all tomorrow.